Alright, so hello videos that you have. My name is William, and now today I'll be talking about the lawsuits that are happening. Well, they've been happening in California anyway. So yes, well, one of them is Los Angeles County suing Roblox back in February, so that's why. Here, so is this right here? Los Angeles County sues Roblox and this platform making it easy adults for targeting children. Roblox is blood safety at its core, and we continue to evolve the street protections every day. A company spokesperson said, "Well, no, well, that's not really true. They just added global ID-ification onto Roblox. I don't know why they think if it's a protection. It's just stupid anyway." But anyway, Los Angeles County has put up a lawsuit against Roblox, alleging the platform markets itself a gaming experience for children, but created a large enterprise online world that allows adults to mingle with minors with very little oversight. The lawsuit says that Roblox architecture makes it easy for adults to masquerade as children or target them. Beneath the bright animation and cheerful bright lines and environment, which child predators can gently locate and interact with minors through Roblox, the name of features and defaults, and where age inappropriate sexual content and sexual themed interactions experience ascend and descend the Roblox functionality and tools, leaving minors navigate dangers that do not and cannot understand. The lawsuit says. The lawsuit filed on Thursday. Roblox will be ordered pay a civil penalty up to $500 per violation of an unfair competition and false advertising laws. He also asked that Roblox cover county's illegal fees. Roblox says in a statement that disputes the county's claims, and he would defend against it vigorously. Roblox has built its safety in its core, and we continue to evolve. A company spokesperson said, and we advance safeguards on their platform for harmful content and communications. It cannot send for, receive, and materialize chat, avoiding one of the most prevalent opportunities for misuse elsewhere online. And the company's safety remains on top of the priority, takes swift and against anyone found to violate our safety rules. The lawsuit, however, accuses Roblox of failing implemented safety measures, including age verification and default communications restrictions and detective reporting mechanisms. Yeah, I don't know why. And now, I get why my state, California, is supporting this stupid age verification stuff. I need to get them to oppose it, and that's why. I'm trying to get them to oppose it. It's just pretty hard for me to do anyway. But let's keep reading anyway. Don't worry, I'll keep fighting back and trying to get my state to oppose age verification anyway. It will take some time though. Anyway, these fixes are obvious, easy, and long overdue, it says. The county says the suit is long as expand and divert and increases sources to address the rising state rates, child sexual exploitation, trafficking, abuse, mental health, and trauma. By taking actions to increase the law enforcement, child protective services, victim services, and mental health counseling and mental health services, Roblox divert taxpayer dollars away from the critical public programs and services, the suit alleges. Roblox has said in a statement as of January, it requires all users undergo a facial age check to use the chat feature, and that the chat users are placed into age groups. I know. Yeah, I heard about that back in January. But the problem is the chat feature is one of the important things on Roblox. So, that's what I found out, yeah. Yeah, I know. So yeah. So yeah, I know that's just stupid anyway. Here it says parents are given control over whether the child can access the chat feature, and it can block specific users in games. Like it set screen time limits, and company also said it does not allow users to send images or videos via chat. There's no finish line when it comes to protecting kids, while no system can be perfect. The commitment and safety never ends, Roblox said. Since its launch in 2006, Roblox has grown to become a massive global success, which has about 144.5 million daily active users, over 35 billion hours in the United States. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry, guys. I had to sneeze anyway. But let's keep reading. So according to the most recent share letter, Q4 revenue of 36% year over year of $4.9 billion and generated $1.8 billion operating cash flow of FESCO 2025. This is due in addition to 16 million daily active users. In Q4 2024 and Q4 2025 letter says, over the years, the gaming platform has been listed over several lawsuits, including one of the field last year, where a California woman alleged that her teenage son was groomed and coerced and has sent into Roblox, on Roblox and Discord. The suit was filed after the boy took his own life in April 2024. The attorneys and mother said the boy was targeted an adult sex predator who posed a child on Roblox. And the lawsuit was alleged that conversation between the boy and the man escalated include sexual topics of illicit images. The man accidentally encouraged the boy move the conversation on Discord, demanded that the boy to video the images that are threatened to post them, and the lawsuit alleged. The both companies at the time did not comment on legal matters, and the case is still pending. The Louisiana Attorney General Lismer also sued the platform last year, and it says the perfect place for pedophiles due to failure of implementing strong new protocols. Roblox denied her claims and was committed to working on with the prosecutor's office to keep children safe. Yeah, Roblox is just a stupid company anyway. Yeah, so. And I believe Roblox could be more of a problem in California. Well, starting next year, yeah, when we have the DOJ Assurance Act go into effect, yeah, AB 2043. I'm not gonna like that either, and it will probably be a big problem for Roblox. But I'll try to get that. I'll try to get a repeal bill going in the next legislative session. So that law doesn't last forever. Now let's get into what Bill Gates has said about this one. So Michael Gates, who's becoming the next Attorney General for California, yeah, he says defending Title VI and parents' rights. It says right here. Yeah, he is Attorney General. Michael will aggressively enforce, defend all federal laws, and protect young girls and parents from sports education systems. While safety at the Huntington Beach, Michael lead in charge to protect parents and children by directing parents to no ordinance, which is updated to City Council. He also sued the state of California challenging AB 1955, a new state law mandating teachers and educators to keep secrets from parents regarding children and children's gender issues. Okay, as first title state provide sports education, protect girls, keeping girls sports, and defending parents informed of this children. And then continue to enforce parents' digital rights against misguided state laws like AB 1955. And protect parents' First Amendment rights to protect their children addressing school boards at meetings. Okay. Yeah, I get that why AB 1985 needs to get repealed. as well. But hopefully sometime in the future, we can get a repeal bill for AB 1955. But as for right now, we try to get repeal bills for these these recent age laws too. That's why. But let's read about this. So, when's AB 1955? Well, here. It was back in 2024. Yeah, Huntington being sued in California over a new state law that permits California districts or notified parents to education. While Gavin Newsom signed the bill into law in July, the Golden State first state permits school and state notified parents education change. That's what means Newsom. California Attorney General Robert Bonta, state superintendent of the situation, Tony Thurman, and a judge declared of the law unconstitutional. America's First Foundation, and in the puppet led by former President Donald Trump and and then Stephen Miller has been dedicated for the prosecute the case. Now, states AB 1955 is law compelling. Will not only put the state puts children at risk, but also put an unconstitutional invasion of the parent-child relationship by the state. Huntington Beach Mayor Steve Van Der Monk said in a statement, Huntington Beach City Council is approved filing the suit is meeting on Tuesday during the closed session, according to the Orange County Register. They also gave approval ordinance to declare Huntington Beach and parents right to know city ordinance of the city of the state, behalf of the city of the city, funds for riots and due to AB 1955. Okay, this isn't only a lawsuit state and is going to a new law. In July, Liberty of Center of the J formed a law against Newsom and Bonta and Thurmond. A law of the Liberty of Justice Center of the behalf of the Chino Valley Unified School District and minutes of the children of the state public school system. Reports have the experts of the social media by Elon Musk, run SpaceX, and then Twitter, which is also known as X, and Tesla, which announced that he would move to his headquarters. Social media companies out of California after Newsom signed AB 1985 into law. Okay, and then Musk moved to Tesla. Okay, headquarters into Austin from Palo Alto in 2021, but he never announced the plans to move back in 2023. And the city of Discrete, Mexico, the issue 2023, the state sued over housing laws. Okay, so that's the AB 1985 thing. Yeah, I do believe that AB 1985, this law, needs to get well, I couldn't find the name of it. So AB 1985 is called Subvert Egg Features and Educators for Today's Youth Act. So it got signed in July of 2024, and it went into effect in July of last year. It went into effect in January of last year. So that's why. If you want to know more about that bill, it's right here. Okay. Now we have to get into the voter ID initiative again. So the voter ID backers sued California Attorney General, that'll be Rob Bonta anyway, over ballot description. Well, this is why we need to vote for Michael Gates for Attorney General. Michael Gates will defend the voter ID initiative. Rob Bonta won't, and that is why. So yeah. Please vote for Michael Gates for Attorney General if you live in California. Here. So backers of Proposition 39, a November voter ID measure suing General Rob Bonta, okay, Attorney General Rob Bonta, and the estimate is based on the support initiative. Measure would be agreement of the governor's idea of polling measure and the 4-digit ID number on mail ballots, while mandating aggressive voter rolls means incidents of verification by state and county officials. And spotlight running battles over long California frames hot button ballot measure and legal experts on discretion of the Attorney General. Alright, let me go to the bathroom, guys. I'll be right back. And then I'll go ahead and read this. Alright, now I'm going back of talking about this. So here, the Sacramento, okay, backwards in November ballot measure will require Californians to verify identity when voting. Failed Tuesday officials on Monday. Okay, the ballot study was written. And now a group led by California Assembly member Carl DeMaio, a Republican in San Diego, alleged in a Republican representative in San Diego, and alleged a 10-page lawsuit filed in Sacramento Superior Court. The Attorney General Rob Bonta violated election laws and then require personal measures purpose. So DeMaio accused Bonta of trying to rig the vote and measure with the false title, claiming that prohibits citizens from voting in California elections. And instead, measure will appear Proposition 39 in the November ballot as a bipartisan solution to voter ID, and supported by a majority of Democratic Independent and Republican voters. We take our duty to prepare a title summary and ballot, labeled seriously, and we confident court fixedly executed our duty here, said the spokesperson for Bonta. Proposition 39 will require voters an exclusion of government certification and state driver's license every time they vote in person. Voters who use mail ballots are far most popular voting in California. But require writing a 4-digit notification, a PIN on the mail ballots. The PIN will come from the ID, such as a driver's license or a government generated in the county. The measure also requires the Secretary of State and county election officials to maintain a voter registration list, verify citizenship, and report annually the percentage of county's voter roll and have citizenship verified. Under the current law, Californians are required to provide identification when registered to vote, and must swear under penalty and perjury and felony that they are eligible to vote are U.S. citizens. They are not required to provide identification in the casting ballot in person or mail. The lawsuit is built by Californians for voter ID Yes on 39, and Don Costanzo, a registered voter who lives in Orange County, argues that the Attorney General Office summary is not true a partial statement of the permit measure and violates California Elections Code 9051, which qualifies neutrality. The state claims the language used a summary doing of the signature gathering process. The required step of the measure on the ballot was neutral and named both of the measure's chief purposes. The final language opponents of the measure mandate and maintain of the folder rows and verify citizenship. The described measure of the permitted terms according to the suit. The original language of the measure establishes additional violates identification and citizenship verification requirements. This measure would amend the California Constitution. The further requirement that voters present government-issued identification at the polls or the last 4 digits of a government-issued identification number when voting by mail, and still provide voter verification cards on request. Election officials and report expected of county folders and citizenship they have verified. And the summary language has states in that the measure permits citizens from voting unless the government issue identification. Yeah, that's what Rob Bonta put. Yeah, it's a very false title anyway, but that's keep reading. It validates the measure did not have at least 4 digits of digits of government number within the envelope. Permits without present government identification. Okay, the election law. Okay, expert Fred Wolcher said the ballot measure summary and be different of description of the measure of its circulation. Seattle law professor Rick Henson declined ways of the lawsuit of the governance of the practice of AG right things to the line and of the Attorney General. Henson previously called the ballot measure a disaster. Okay, writing a blog post of its requirements are vague, and it could be costly of the difficult of agencies to verify citizenship. So the election law provides a 20-day period for voters allegedly challenge ballot materials. On Wednesday, the spokesperson of the rivals of the Senate President pro tempore Monica Lomit filed a lawsuit, Sacramento County Superior Court, alleging that Proposition 39's claims that the initiative makes it easier to vote are false and misleading because voters are not currently required to identification when casting a ballot, and rivals a limit of the because Proposition 39 will require voters to provide a identification number. Many voters will search for that information in order to vote by mail. DeMaio said on the statement Wednesday it's called the lawsuit frivolous. Now, proponents initiative repeal the gas taxes in California, sued the Attorney General Xavier Becerra, and now the candidate for governor. In 2017, the state tried to title the summary, which argued misleading in the negative. Now the judge cited the proponents of the appellate in court later ruled Becerra's favor. Yeah, I don't like that at all, but okay, so I'm not gonna look into that one. But yeah, let's talk about yeah. So yeah. Those are the lawsuits been happening in California. There's also some of the lawsuits been happening in California. I don't know anymore. You can let me know if I forget some anyway. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. But we need a right. But we need the correct title for voter ID. You know, it's from. Here, see, voter ID is a photo ID to vote, and then also verification of citizenship. That's what it is. So that's why. Oh yeah, over here, if you want to know, there's candidates that need August 7th deadline to run local office in California. So if you want to be another so if you live in California and you do want to be another Republican I think they're talking about a Republican lawmaker in California. You can go to this website here. Right now there's 200. There's 2,500 seats. Right now, for you have to get candidates filed for office. So, if you want to be a lawmaker, take a look at this website here for local candidates and for office. Right here, anyway. Anyway, I can't. Yeah, it says help wanted. So, let me know. So you can let Cardamile know if you want to do that anyway. On this website anyway. We need to fight against age verification and age attestation very soon anyway. So that's why. So yes, vote yes on voter ID, and then vote yes on 43 to stop tax hikes. So that's why. Yeah, different things you have to do. And yes, the fight isn't over. So you can still call your local representatives and tell them to vote no on these bad bills over here. And yes, I already talked about the Take It Down Act, which has already been lawed anyway, so that's why. You can watch my How to Go to Heaven video. On Rumble. Or BitChute anyways. So. Also, if you want voter ID and you want Prop 39 to be defended, the best they can do is vote for Michael Gates for Attorney General. So that's why. So if you want voter ID to pass, but if you want it to be defended, yeah, then please make sure to vote for Michael Gates for Attorney General. Because Michael Gates is the only person to defend voter ID. Rob Bonta won't. And that's why. is that I don't know what I just don't know what Michael Gates is going to do with the Digital Age Assurance Act. You know, AB 2043. I don't know if Michael Gates is going to do that if he wins for Attorney General. Well, hopefully, I can get that law repealed the next legislative session. Well, hopefully, I can get a repeal going next legislative session. But, you know, for that terrible law. But you know what? I don't know anything else, so that's why. But AB 1985 is another. Yeah, and I believe hopefully, and we can get a repeal bill going for AB 1985 pretty soon too. So that's why. Yeah, because that's another unconstitutional. Yeah, because I found out from Michael Gates, this is another unconstitutional law here in California as well. Anyway, I don't know what to talk about anyway, but yeah, let me know if there's another thing to talk about over here about California. Anyway, I'll talk about it on the comments. You can let me know in the comments below anyway. But because I have to go right now. But thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Say goodbye. Adios. Zaijian.